The gold revaluation myth, why America won't touch its treasure. 1. The rally and the rumor. Gold is glittering again. 16 record highs this year alone, nearly 60% up since 2022. Tensions, inflation, and distrust in paper money have all done their part. From Shanghai to Frankfurt, people are fleeing fiat for something real. Gold in euros? Nearly 3,000 euros per ounce. In dollars? Orbiting above $3,000. The world is clearly nervous. But amid all this excitement, a rumor surfaced: the U.S. might revalue its gold reserves. It sounded thrilling, like finding a forgotten fortune in the nation's basement. Then Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent appeared, smiled politely, and dropped the hammer: "We're not revaluing the gold." So what does that actually mean? It means that despite gold's rise, Washington isn't turning it into a magic wand to erase debt. The reserves still sit on the books at $422 per ounce, a price frozen in time since 1973. Not a mistake. A policy. Footnote: America's gold is real, but its accounting value is symbolic. 2. The accounting trick. That $422 figure is more than half a century old and looks ridiculous next to market prices. Yet it's there for a reason. It's a balance sheet placeholder, not a real valuation. The U.S. holds roughly 8,133 tons of gold. At market prices, that would translate to trillions in paper value. But the Treasury keeps it off the ledger until it's sold, or melted, and it's not planning to do either. Why not? Because revaluation means rewriting the dollar's DNA. Raising the official price of gold would inflate the money supply overnight. That's like throwing gasoline on inflation while the Fed's already holding a leaky hose. Footnote: Revaluing gold is like giving caffeine to a heart patient, energetic but fatal. 3. The what-if fantasy. Some claim revaluing gold could solve America's debt crisis. Let's do the math. Even if every ounce were sold at $3,000, the total haul might reach $800 billion. That's less than 1 year of Pentagon spending, not even a rounding error next to $37 trillion in national debt. So what does that actually mean? It means the gold fix is more fantasy than fiscal rescue. You can't pay off a mountain with a sandcastle. And if Washington dumped that much gold onto the market, the price would collapse before they even reached the second vault door. Footnote: Selling gold to erase debt is like bailing out the Titanic with a teacup. 4. The bigger picture. While Americans debate accounting entries, the rest of the world is rethinking money itself. Central banks, especially in China, are buying record amounts of gold, not to speculate, but to prepare for a world where the dollar no longer rules. Europe's bond yields are spiking, defense spending is soaring, and peace talks are stalling. The global mood feels less stable democracy and more financial anxiety with subtitles. So what does that actually mean? It means the flight to gold isn't just about returns. It's about trust, or rather, the lack of it. When nations lose faith in fiat, they reach for metal. Always have. Always will. Footnote: Gold rallies when confidence collapses. 5. The silver sideshow. Silver, gold's scrappy cousin, couldn't quite keep pace. It flirted with 12-year highs, then promptly dropped 2%. Why? Because silver isn't just a monetary refuge, it's an industrial workhorse. When economies slow, so does silver shine. It's the metal of factories, not fortresses. Footnote: Silver measures momentum, gold measures fear. 6. The real lesson. The U.S. won't revalue gold. It doesn't need to. The metal's message is clear without any bureaucratic fanfare. When trust falters, gold reminds us what value looks like. It doesn't tweet, it doesn't default, And it doesn't care about treasury statements. So what does that actually mean? It means that while the headlines shout record highs, the real story is quieter. Gold isn't just rising, it's revealing. It's showing where the cracks are forming in the global system and how far people will go to find something real in a paper world. Footnote: Gold doesn't create crisis, it exposes it.